building. Unfortunately, it's not listed so I got kind of lost, and then finally I had to ask the guy, hey, where's this school? And then it was in a different location than what it is in Google Maps. But what you have to understand here is, there will be errors if you use a crowdsourced platform. For example, if you use Google Maps, there could be errors because Google is not verifying the data for you. It's crowdsourcing for us. So what I did was immediately when I got down, I pin and report that this is not where the school is. And then, I know it'll go back to the team, which will verify it. And if a lot more people believe that this is not where the school is, they're going to remove the school listing from where it is. So it is, and that's how it is. It's like, it's a platform for all of us. All of us have to create it. All of us have to maintain it. So that was the concept, because we thought that we had to do it at scale. So the data collection, the process, reviews, quality, quantity, we thought we will not do it ourselves. We will just create the platform. We'll create a transparent method where people can come and post their reviews and order, etc., etc. We don't even do the quality inspection of the chefs. So I'm telling this now because this is what we communicate outside. But actually for the first, like we just launched about 5 months ago, we did stringent quality checks for the initial chefs who came in. But we knew this is not going to be scalable. So what we do is when a chef actually registers, we actually ask the chef to become a vendor as per Food Safety Authority of India. So we send them a couple of forms, they fill it, give it to us. We go on and give it to the government authorities. The government authorities thereafter go and do their checks and give them the license. Once they get a license, they're allowed to post meal on board. And thereafter, of course, as you may order, you may want to take a rating, it's bad, good. Any rating below 3 will be removed from the portal. And that's how it is. So it was a humble start. I don't know how many of us know Food Panda. You know Food Panda? Okay. Yeah, so Food Panda is again a restaurant aggregator, and very similar to Just Eat. And what they do is, they're a portal which lists restaurants, and you can, let's say Paradise, someone wants to order biryani, they can order biryani. Food Panda thereafter ensures that they tell Paradise that go and deliver this biryani to, let's say, Secretariat. And that's how they wash their responsibility. We thought that we'll go a little bit deeper. We thought that if we don't provide the last mile service, apart from providing the platform, maybe user experience will not be good. And I kind of thought that when you offload the last mile delivery to the restaurant or to the chef, they may not be as committed as you are to provide it in time. Rightly so, Food Panda was in trouble, and actually this, the deliveries actually started going very, very late. And they're actually talking to us now for us to be their delivery partner pan-India. That's the story so far, and the good thing is when we started talking to Food Panda, they were doing an X amount of deliveries in the city of Hyderabad. Today I can probably say that we are doing 1.5 times deliveries of what Food Panda does in the cities where we operate. So, and that's because most of our people have become regular users. And I was just checking a dashboard, which is a 30-day dashboard. You'll find people ordering lunch, dinner, breakfast on a daily basis. And that's getting the scale, and that's getting the, not much of marketing, because we just kind of grew quite fast, quite sporadically, and we're just trying to consolidate before we actually start marketing. That's the plan. And hopefully, in the next couple of years, we will be in all cities, or all major cities of India where there will be demand, and slowly international. I'll leave it open to the questions. I'm happy to take them.
I'm actually interested how you do the last mile delivery.
So she wants to understand how we do the last mile delivery. As of now, it is not automated, and that's what I tell for her. And this is the discussion which I think I have. There's always a cost to automate a lot of things. As of now, manual is working well. And it's always, I believe it's always good to do things manually to understand the problems of, where could be a problem, and what needs to be automated and what needs not to be automated. So as of now, how it works is when you actually place an order, it goes to the operations center, and a call thereafter goes from there to the chef that, hey, this is how it is. And then manually, so there is a city manager, and then there are various counter managers. So there will be a counter manager in, let's say, Gachibowli, there will be a counter manager in Hafizpet, there will be a counter manager in Banjara Hills. So these guys, the city manager assigns the orders to each of the counter managers after informing the chef. And then the respective counter managers thereafter make the routing for the food and send it. In an ideal state, so this is not scalable for what we want to do, but we want to run this across. What we are looking to develop is a linear programming on Google Maps. So for anyone who's done operations research, okay, awesome. So what it's going to be is, when an order comes in, that's how it's going to work. The information is going to go to the chef that you have this order to be picked up. Depending upon dynamic traffic situations in Hyderabad, like for some of us who use Google Maps, you'll see that green routes, red routes, yellow routes, right? So for a red route, if it's showing so we will figure out how much time it will take from place to A at that point, so it will be dynamically calculated. So let's say, if, for example, to simplify it, if I have to collect order from here, and then there is an order which needs to be collected from there, and needs to be delivered there and there. So it's going to be automatically calculated. So basically it will know that it will take me X amount of time. So delivery boy can actually go to him, pick up the meal, thereafter go to them, pick up the meal, then deliver there, and come back. And so that's the plan. Unfortunately, that I'm speaking to a lot of people who provide this service. We don't have this kind of complex dynamic product in the market now. So it's not very difficult to make it. We might kind of make it ourselves, and we'll see how it goes from there. So that will be the scalable model. As of now, it is kind of manual as I described it.
Excuse me.
Yes.
How will the chef know? I mean, is it on the internet or is it on the internet? You will know, or is it?
Chef know about the order.
Yes.
So as of now, it's going to be on the phone. And I think the big challenge is it will always continue to be on the phone. That part, we may not, it's very easy to automate that as well. Like to give an email notification or an SMS notification. But what if the chef does not see it in time? So 5-minute delay there can bug up the entire automation, what we talked about. So I think the critical components, we might not want to automate it. Right? So just in case a chef says, I've gone to the loo, I saw it after 5 minutes, and especially in this, when the entire routing is done, that okay, it's how it is. And if some of you have seen the city, after 5:30, the traffic load increases, so all the green routes may somehow become red. So we might take 2 times more time. So the entire distribution model may get a little. So as of now, I think that's not the thing which we will automate. We will see. We'll first automate the routing. We'll continue to call the chef on phone, and then we will see. We'll experiment with the pilot if it works or not works. And we might try it with some chefs who are. So there's a solution. I mean, we may want to go in the back end and say that, let's say, Chef A is responsive and able to pick up. So Chef A automate. So the moment an order comes for Chef A, the call does not go. And then on my dashboard, I get to know that, okay, Chef A, we've already informed. Chef A has confirmed, and maybe in an app just said yes. So Chef A started preparing the meal. So, but later on for others, you may want to continue with manual.
Okay, that's the last question.
Yeah, so 2 things I was recollecting to 2 keywords. One is probably the Bombay Dabbawalas thing, and the second thing which is keeping probably my mom or the housewives thing, right? So the Dabbawalas concept you understand, right? Probably do you think probably your business would go anywhere there in future? And the second thing is the housewives, right? Housewives are obviously they do exceptional cooking, but they never get to see the business side of it. So how could this platform actually, help them, probably they're not very good at business or this, so how could it actually leverage this thing and help them out?
Very, very good question. And this is where we did not realize, but we have to work very hard on this. So like there are some chefs who are making about 45K per month on this. They would not have done it without our intervention and help. And I'll tell you what the help and intervention I'm talking of. The help is basically most of us know at home when we cook food, we are not very recipe bound. Okay, a pinch of salt, little bit of haldi, some oil, 1 kg of chicken for 6-7 people. Here it has to be different. 6 people or 7 people, right? A teaspoon of salt or whatever. So because if you as a user have, let's say you love gongura chicken or Kashmiri dum aloo made by the Kashmiri lady, next time you find the taste, variance in taste, you may say, you know what's wrong here? So which is why we request the chef when they prepare a meal to send us the recipes. We constantly keep going back to them to remind them of their own recipes. So okay, so you have prepared 4 portions, we constantly go, or did you use 660 grams of chicken? Or did you use 825? So we find that chefs sometimes are not very, so but over a period of time, they get to know, and then they become quite professional in how they do it. But yes, you have to handhold them at this juncture. The second point for Dabbawalas, no, I don't think we'll ever go that route, because Dabbawala is pre-order, commitment, and there's an interesting story because of which we thought we'll not go for Dabbawala. We toyed with that idea. So when I went to ISB, there's this, I think Green Park provides the catering there. So you have a 1-year option of signing up for all meals for 1 year, all breakfast for 1 year. And it's like about 40% cheaper than regular pay. 6-month thing will be probably 30% cheaper. A quarter will be about 25% cheaper. Month will be, let's say, 10% cheaper. So there are a lot of people who eat meals there. But I was surprised that not a single guy out of the 600 people signed up for the 1 year or 6-month thing. My timer. Right on time. And so what made us think was people don't like bondage, right? Both the chefs and the user. So if I get home chef, no, you have to now cook bhindi fry for 30 days a thing, and you have to supply and you have to eat it, right? So no. So we thought that, we realized that no one actually signed. Why? Because they wanted flexibility. I don't feel like eating today. Why should I pay? So that's why we will never be Dabbawala. We will always be dynamic. You want to cook, post. You want to eat today something else, eat something else. So we will probably never go Dabbawala because of the instinct which we thought of. We want to give both users and chefs the flexibility to eat or to cook.
I must say that's what I really appreciate about your platform. I'm so grateful.
Thank you so much.
First is the fact that the Census of India defines a household.
Sorry?
The Census of India, our conception of household, official conception of household, is a kitchen. Right? So in some senses, when you said the idea is to separate the kitchen and the kitchen. In some sense, there is this notion that you're dealing with is what is the household. But more importantly, I'm now interested in the question of home cooked. Home cooked to me has 2 qualities. One is scale. I don't cook for, what is the difference between restaurant and home?
Very good.
Right. So one is scale. So if somebody is making 45,000 bucks, I'm wondering, is she a restaurant or is she a home cook? Secondly is variety. It's precisely the pinch of salt. It is the fact that today's, if my mother cooked the same thing which tasted the same thing every day, I don't think I would be able to survive all those years that she fed me, right? So, to me, it's a great business idea. But I would hesitate to, I would push back against the idea that it's actually home cooked.
Sure. So, very good question. And 45K, and I'll tell you. So, this lady who's making 45K, you are not allowed, if you go on the portal and you register as a home chef, the counter is stuck to 25, which means you can't cook more than 25 dishes of the same variety. So to get your point, and that's something which and I'll tell you the big order, these ladies, couple of ladies who are making 45K, is there is a hospital which actually, we're actually making a video ad of that, and you all will come to know of this. They have started taking 150 meals from us per day. They have stopped their canteen, and they have said that, we tried this with our patients. Patients really loved it, and it's good. It's like, they don't, it's not like outside food. So they said, can you supply us, 150 meals for lunch and dinner? So we told them, look, we can't do 150 meals. Do you want 25 meals into 6? And that's when they agreed to that. So, to your point, sir, absolutely, that was the, so there's a limit. You can't cook more than 25 meals per day. So we decided that that number should be 25, because if you're going to cook more than 25 meals, it is not home cooked food. You're doing it at scale, and we don't allow that. So you will cook only 25 meals per day, and you can sell it, whatever you can make out of it. To your second point about variance, and I would slightly disagree here. Yes, even my mother does the same thing. So we are all at a table. Some days we are happy. We say, oh wow, good. Some days said, no, there's more oil here. And some days, so, but as a user, and that's where we go back and we hear from them that, and we call up everyone and ask them, and people are not quite happy. They say that, the last time when I ordered, and that's when we started doing this, there was more gongura in it. The last time when I ordered, it had more lime. This time I felt. So then we thought that, I think it is fair to listen to our users, and can we contract the chef on a recipe which people like, and it is okay if people don't like. And I was a little bit in food business. That was another of my startup, and I realized one thing, that the people, what they look for is, if you get the shape, if you get the size, if you get the quality, if you get the price, everything consistent across all different days, it's fine. So there are two types of people who will interact with food: love it, hate it, right? So do I target? So it's very good as a business owner for food if you know the two, right? You know people who love it, you know people who hate it. So I don't market to the hate period. I market now to the love it people. So now the love it people, they really love the food. So I ask him, why do you love the food? I love your sauce. Okay, very good. Why do you love it? He loves the oil. Very good. Now what happens is, if I'm not consistent, if the sauce today is a little more tangier than his, I ask him, do you love it? Yeah, it's okay. I loved you for the sauce. Now it's becoming, whatever. How is it? Yeah, I loved it for the oil, but it is not like very good anymore. So what happens is, if we are not consistent, we will slowly remove people from love it to hate it. So it's good to have that demarcation. Try food, love it, hate it. Fall into the bucket, fine. Hate it, I'm not interested. Love it, I target. But the interest is, can I continue to engage with the love it at the same consistent level? And that's what we thought was the trick, and the only way to do that was to standardize the recipe. Let people try it, and as a platform, we go back and tell people, you didn't like Kashmiri dum aloo? Fine. Go and try Mumbai vada pav, which some Maharashtrian lady is preparing. So next time that person never even looks at Kashmiri food. Good. But once they love Kashmiri food, we would want them to continue to love Kashmiri food, because probably they loved it because of, whatever, some saffron there. And if the chef puts less of saffron, they move from love to hate. So that was the reason why.
Thank you, Rishi.